Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here, I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer, I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now, I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now, promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love. Tell me what you wanna do, I'll do anything. As long as I can be here with you, everything's alright. I'll be right here, I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer, I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now, I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now, I promise I won't leave your side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love, love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love. Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.
Me and my friends are waiting in line, sharing one last blue camel. Don't have any money, but we're going out. Yeah, we saved up every penny. I'm smiling at him in the blue shirt and the Converse, but I'm thinking about you. Are you thinking about me too? Vodka and soda, way too drunk to call you up. I'm chain smoking, broken, I don't give up. So I'm crying, dancing, swearing I'll forget you. Kissing strangers to feel something different. But I'm still your dancing queen, so damn sweet. And I type my name in this bar on a wall in a bathroom stall.
Wanna make you happy and then she goes. 나만 혼자 남겨뒀어. 대화가 필요해. 너 먼저 나에게 말해봐. 너와 나의 이 관계가 달라졌음 해. We're out of time, so tell me you want more. 지나가버린 추억, 너무 잦은 다툼, 가끔씩 가끔씩은 지치기도 해 이제는 너무 익숙해져 버린 너의 한손들이 난 더 이상 하고 싶지 않아 So baby tell me why not 너와 나의 그 차이가 Why not Don't know what to do with you But why not 너와 나의 그 차이가 You and I just want it more
너와 함께 있을 때 예전엔 안 그랬는데 그냥 집에 가고 싶을 때도 있어 너도 가끔 느끼잖아 우린 예전 같지 않아 너랑 차라리 끝내려고 해 지나가버린 추억 너무 잦은 다툼 가끔씩은 지치기도 해 이제는 너무
Like a sunrise horizon, always there, always shining, building me up with the song it's singing, filling my heart like I'm flying. It always warm, always hold me, the biggest part of my story, healing my soul, help me feel completion, bringing my here to my glory. Yeah. It keeps pulling me back. Keeps pulling me back to you. It keeps pulling me back. Yeah. It keeps pulling me back to you. It keeps pulling me back. Yeah. It keeps pulling me back to you. Keeps pulling me back. It keeps pulling me back to you. Yeah.